Hello, everybody. Welcome back and good morning to you. It's a brand new week. I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready to go. Yay for Monday. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. It's Monday. Anyway, today I'm going to be playing a solitaire version of Pharaon right here. We played this live, gosh, I want to say last week, and I reviewed the game. I've already played solitaire. I talked about it in my review. But I liked it. You know, I really did enjoy it, so I figured I would go ahead and play live the solitaire mode. You can check it out, see what you think of it. We can talk a little bit about it, all that good stuff, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and give you a brief rundown. Hopefully you've seen the review. If you haven't, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You can watch it later if you want to know how it plays multiplayer. But I am going to be basically showing you how the one-player game works, all the things that are going on in it, and then hopefully I'll be able to beat the AI, so to speak. I played once already against the solitaire mode, the AI, and I did win, but I made it slightly harder this time. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's see. Let me check my comments here, make sure everything's cool. All right, everything good, everything's good. Very zoomed in. That's not that tight. It's not that zoomed in.
I think it's a scope that says that.
I'll get up on that camera. All right, everybody. So let's kick it off. This is a central board over here where all the action, pretty much all the action is going to be taking place. There's a passing board up there, which is that little pyramid. And then these tiles here are not used in the multiplayer mode at all. Those are only for the solitaire mode. We've got a few different areas out here on this main board, and I'm basically going to be attempting to make prestige points in order to become the new pharaoh. And the trader, which is what they call the AI in the game, is going to be attempting to stop me, okay? So, I've already seeded everything I need to seed. I am going to then do setup for myself, which includes drawing 2 of these character cards, picking one of these 2 for myself, and giving the other one to my opponent. So I'm going to start with this one in play right here. That's going to be mine. That's going to be my opponent's. I'll put their stuff up here. I'll put my own stuff down here. And then I also begin with 2 wild tokens, which are these silver tokens. And then from 2 of these, what are these things called? The vases, the jars. Okay, the jars. From 2 of these jars, I'll pick one of them to give me the resources listed. I'm going to go with that one, yellow, black, and blue. Yellow, black, and blue. I get those resources as well in my little pool of resources there. That one's done. I'll discard it. And then the other one, we are going to grab the marked things on it and put them out here. I'll explain all this in one sec. I also need to, in order to finalize setup, I'm going to grab one of each kind of token. I'm going to mix them up in my hand, and I'm going to put one at the bottom of each of these slides, each of these tracks. And this is the main way in which my opponent is going to be messing with me. There we go. You'll also notice, by the way, I talked about making it a little bit harder. These tracks all have one color except for this center one. That's the more challenging side. And you can flip over as many as you want to make the game harder. So this is just one tick over the absolute easiest. Though, again, which track it was random. So there is that. All right. So let me explain how the game goes. We're going to be playing over 5 rounds. And they are tracked right here on these spaces. This is done, by the way. I need to flip over 2 more. There we go. So 5 rounds. On those rounds, on my turn, I am either going to take an action or I'm going to pass. To take an action, I'm going to select one of these different areas over here. I am going to have to pay the entry cost, which is the little area associated with the larger area above it, okay? So for example, if I want to visit this area, I have to pay the cost, which is blue, the entry cost. Once I've done that, then I can pay the regular cost for the area. Taking into account, however, that if the entry color I paid could be used towards the action color, then it's discounted from that, right? So again, if I pay blue to get in here, but then the cost I need to pay is blue and green, I've already paid that blue. I just pay one more green, I'm good. That's how that works. If the spaces are filled up, by the way, I can no longer go in there, which is why the spaces begin with some tokens out there to make the whole play a little tighter for only 2 players. This is true in the 2-player game as well. So there is that. I am going to be collecting all sorts of different things, and eventually I will pass after I take a few different actions, ideally. Once I pass, I'm going to come over here to the passing scale. I'll take my color, I'm playing yellow, by the way, and I'll put it right there. That means I'm going to get the start player token, that token there, and then every time it's my go again until everyone else passes, or just my opponent in this case, I'll move up, boop, and I'm going to take whatever is listed. So every time after I've passed, every time the other players keep on going, I'll get a little something as well. So that's how that goes. After we've played 5 rounds, game's over, and we figure it all out. So let's talk over all of these different areas, and then once I've briefly done that, I'll explain what the solitaire mode is doing, what this AI is doing to mess with me. So different areas. Over here, I'm going to be moving up on these monuments, paying the cost listed below. And that's a bunch of victory points. Over here, I'm going to be taking these artisans and their victory points as well as resources next to them. This one is 10 points but no resources. This one's 2 points only, but one of each resource, okay? Over here, I'm taking these characters, and they're going to give me victory points for something specific at the end of the game, but also possibly a special action. Sometimes it's a one-time shot. Sometimes it's an activated ability, things like that. Over here, I'm going to be moving up on these different tracks, and at the very top of them, if I make it to the very top, I'll get 7 points. Right below that, 3 points. Below that, nothing. And so I'm making victory points, as well as some resources. And then over here, I'm getting these special tiles. All of these tiles are going to be behaving pretty much like my regular, resources here. But some of them are tied to specific locations instead of colors. So for example, this one over here that has a little monument on it, I can use this in that area there because the symbols match, right? These 2 symbols match. And I can use this as any color as long as it's in that area, right? That's how that goes. There's also a little +1 tile, which is +1 at the end of the game. That's pretty much it. And that's it for the areas at the end of the round. After all the passing happens, by the way, this central board here is going to spin. Ooh, changing the entry costs for the different locations. So you got to plan ahead a little bit when it comes to that. So there you go. That's the idea. I'm going to be scoring this at the end of the game. And here on the little pad, it tells me what's going on with all of the different scoring opportunities. The first column there, this is pretty hard to see. That's not going to work. Okay, the first column is for these deities. I'm going to be scoring them based on conditions, different conditions that surround them. The next one is for these red cards. The next column is for the blue cards. Monument points, scoring my little tracks. And then also, I'm going to be scoring all of the tokens I have left. Every single one of these is worth a point if I'm still holding it at the end of the game. And all I got to do is beat the AI over here. All right, so the way this works, this part specifically, they're going to get a number of jars depending on what it says down here on the bottom of their column per round. So during the first round, for example, they get 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And that's going to be what the opponent's doing on their turns. that should be enough to get started because I'll just show you what that does when it happens. Here we go. So I'm ready to start. I got a character over here that says, lets me activate this ability and turn one resource of any color into a wild resource, which is the silver over here. So I got that in my back pocket, and I am going to figure out what I want to do here. So that's red. Entry color for here is red. That's not going to work out. There's that. That's blue. That's not great. 3 of the same color over there. Okay. That's not bad. I think I might do that, but that's all I do this round pretty much if I do that. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to this area over here. So I pay the entry cost, which is 1 of the sales, the black token there. And then the cost for this area is 1 of each. That is the cost for the area. Now I've already paid that, the black cost there. So I would pay the red cost with that because it's anything. I've already paid that. The green cost would come from this one because it's anything. And then blue and then yellow. All right, that's how that works. I've paid them all. I would just chuck this back into the reserve, which is over here off screen, and then I earn 1 of these tokens. So I am going to take, I think I like this one over here. And I'm going to check in the rule book to make sure I know what it is. It does. It tells me an ability over here. So this character here, on the indicated area, I can always pay any resource of my choice on the wheel for the access cost. And it counts as its own color. So there we go. Every time I go to the monuments area up here now, I can pay whatever entry cost I want to whatever color, and it will count as that color. That's really useful. So I'm going to hang on to that, and then we replenish this card. And now it's my opponent's turn. So here's what they do. Let me just put these aside for now. Just put them over here. That's for later for when I pass. They are going to flip over 1 of these. The bottom one, you see this arrangement has 1 on the bottom, 2 across the top, right? So the bottom one goes on the matching track on top of the previous one like so. And then it triggers whatever the power there is. And there's a whole, there's a little list of them right here. All this means is my opponent at the end of the game is going to score each of their red cards. Just leave this face up for myself. Each of their red cards, and they began with 1 already, is going to be worth 6 victory points to them. They ignore whatever the card is. They just score that many points. Now, my next option, so that happens. That has to go on the track. And then of the 2 above, 1 of them is going to go on the track, and 1 of them is going to block a location out here. Now, honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm not planning to go there anymore. So I am going to give them the red one, which is going to go right here. And that means they are going to get rid of, from out here, they don't keep, but they just get rid of the highest one. Let's just discard it. And then the one in the 3rd position over here is just discarded. And then the other token blocks a spot, like so. And then this is done, okay? That's how that works. All right, let me double check that I did that correctly. Yeah. Comes back to me. I'm out of resources. I'm going to pass. I'm going to take that, go there. I get the star player token. Boop. And I'm done. Goes back to my opponent. They will not pass them until all of these tiles are gone for them, by the way. So there we go. They get green, goes on their track, and they are going to earn these 2 tokens because it says right here that they get the 2nd row of these tokens. They don't spend them, they're not going to use them, but they are worth victory points to them at the end of the game. And then red and blue, red, blue, they are going to move. What do I want to give them? I don't want to give them that. I'll give them the blue one, which moves them up on one of these tracks. Which track? Whichever one is furthest up on the colors out here. Since there's a tie, they break it starting from here, so it's yellow. And then the other one goes out here. That's done. It comes back to me. I've already passed, so I move over and I get one resource of my choice. Oh, I forgot to do something. I'm sorry. When I pass, I get one of these jars. That's something I need to remember to do. So I am going to take, this is going to rotate like that. So I'll take blue, red, yellow. And that's done. We'll leave the other one there for a moment. But yeah, every time I pass, I'm supposed to take one of those 2 jars. Don't let me forget that again. But anyway, now I've moved and I get any one resource, so I'm going to take blue. Goes back to my opponent. They flip over one of these. The black token goes out here because it's at the bottom. That means they eliminate the middle card here and put out a new one. And then the 2 at the top are both blue, so I don't really have a choice. Blue's going to go here. And then the other blue will go there. And the blue says they move up on the track. They have the fewest tokens out here and the one with the most. Well, the one with the most is blue. There are 3 tokens in blue. So they move up in blue. And the one that have the fewest, again, we break that tie. I think the tie is broken in this way, actually. So they should have gone in red. And then they move up in red again. There's a tie there. There it is. This is done. Comes back to me. I move. I get a silver wild token. And then they go, and this is their final go. They take a yellow one. They put it right there. They are going to take the second token from there and keep it. And then between green and black, I don't like either one. I'll give them that one. Block that one. And they are going to earn the one with the smallest amount of points out here, which is that. And then we replenish it. They're done. Comes back to me. I'm going to do this. I get one of these tokens. I'm going to take this one. And then it goes back to them, and they're out of those jars, so they pass. And if you're the last player to pass, then you just move up to the next stage. I jump back down onto that spot. We're now in the second round. This all stays, and we reset the board. All right? So these tokens are going to stay. I need to replenish them. So the wheel is going to spin now at the end of this round. Ba, 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 ba. So let me bust out some new tokens there just to replenish that area. There we go. I'm going to clear this off. These entry costs, they go away. They just chuck these back in the general supply here. And everything else should be good. This is replenished. Everything else is fine. So the wheel now will spin. Technically, at the beginning of the game, you're supposed to flip this thing, and it tells you whether it's going to spin one way or the other. But it's for the entire game. It's, you know, I leave it there just so you know. But all right, so this spins now to there, changing the entry costs that are associated with the different areas. And that's it. And I picked the start player token because I passed first. The only other thing we need to do, because again, 2-player mode is basically what this is, that jar that got left over, those tokens begin already in play blocking spaces. So 1 black, 1 red, 1 green, begin already blocking things that we might want to do. Then it can go. Then I will flip over 2 for myself. This will be for when I pass. And for the beginning of the next round. And then my opponent over here gets a number of jars. They get 5. So this round, they will go 5 times. And I start. All right? Hopefully you're following me so far. So I know I have over here the ability to turn anything into one wild one time, and then over here, the entry cost for that area is whatever I want it to be. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go in here with whatever entry cost I want. And that's red, and yellow is the cost for the first space. So I've already paid the red, I'm paying the yellow, and I'm going to move up to that step. I've got 5 points now, all right? Done. My opponent's going to go. I'm going to flip this over. Black token goes out here. They're nuking the third card. We're replenishing it. And then between yellow and green, that's my choice. Unless there was no choice. Unless, you know, something was filled and I'd have to do it over here. Green, I don't like that for sure. So I will give them this. And that means every one of their red cards is going to be worth 7 points instead of 6. So the track is getting higher. That means their cards are worth more. And then the green will go out here, which unfortunately does mean that area is locked out. There are 3 of them there. This is only for 4 more players. So that's done. Comes back to me. I am going to... Oh, boy. Yeah, I guess I better do that. I need resources here. So I'm going to go in here. I pay blue. And the cost for this area is 3 of a kind, as it says right there, including, of course, possibly this one right here. So that's my entry cost of blue. And then I'm going to pay 2 more. Another blue and another blue, because it's wild. And I get 1 of those cards. I think I'm going to have to go with the garbagey one because I need the resources. So, let me see. This gets me in here, which I do like. I'm going to go with this one, actually. So if I take that one, I'm going to get black, blue, and a silver, which is wild. And then I keep the card for the victory points at the end, and we replenish it. There we go. I'm just checking what's going on. Okay. All right, everybody, let's keep on going. So I just went. My opponent is going to go. They flip over one of these. Blue happens right here. Their lowest moves up. Red is the lowest because there is a tie. And so they're going to move up there. And then between black and green, now here suddenly I'm not given a choice. It's either, again, I could either put the green on here, black on there, or vice versa, right? Black on here, green on there. However, green's filled. So it has to go over here, which I was hoping to avoid because that spot gives them the third choice of these, and that's a lot of points. I don't like it. And then the black one will go on there. I feel like I'm going to get whooped. I can feel it. I can feel a whoopery coming on. Pharaoh whooped. All right, my choice now. I better get in here and start doing something there. Okay, I'm going to pay that, the black, and then this token will be whatever else I want. So I'll pay that one. Put that aside. And then over here in this area, I look at the combinations of colors. Every one of these tiles has 2 colors. Now, I've already paid the black, so I'm going to use that as one of my 2 costs. And the other token was whatever I wanted. So I could do black and yellow, gets me this. Or I could do this one over here, the red and the black. I'm going to go with this one over here, black and yellow. What that gives me is 2 resources, blue and red. And then 2 steps up on the tracks. Which tracks? Well, it's either the black or the yellow, or I could do, since it's 2 steps, 1 and 1. I'm not really going to do that. So I'll just pick, say this one. 1, 2 steps on that track. And I'm starting to make some progress there. That's it for me. My opponent's going to go. They're going to get yellow. That means they earn the lowest of these. And this is the lowest victory points. they're going to get that. That's theirs now. And then between black and red, black's over here already taken, so I guess I got to give them that one. Now they're going to earn the highest. That's not good. You see how this works, folks? This is what I'm talking about when I speak of whoopery. All right. Back to me. What am I doing here? I could do that again. I could do that again. Would that be worth it? Red. Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right. I'm going to go in this area. I haven't explained it yet. So this area you get, when you go in there, I'm going to pay my red. You get any one group of tiles, and there's groups of two, right? So this group of two, this group of two, that group they took already. So any one tile gives you that. So I've already paid it by paying that entry cost. I could, however, pay another one of the same type and then take one of the ones from the center or a random pull from the bag over here. I don't have another red. I don't really want to spend my silver as another red. That doesn't seem worth it. So I'm going to take this combination of two tiles, which is going to be +1 victory point, and then one token that works at the monuments over there. Did that. My opponent's going to go. They're going to do blue right here. That means they earn this card. And then green, green. Green's filled. Now it gets really nasty. If I cannot put one of these over there, they both go over here. That means they get the third choice on the center, and that means they get the lowest of the available cards, which unfortunately the lowest is a 5. Nice. All right, that's it. And then back to me. All right, again, I'm just taking a break to make sure I'm reading this. Okay, seems good. All right, where was I? Just They went and did some nastiness. It's back to me. I could do that. That's filled. That's one of each, so that's not happening. That is not great, but I could do it. Yeah. All right. Going in here with blue, and then blue, blue, right? I'm going to take one of those. So I'm going to take, let me see, blue's going to end up over here, green. I forgot to replenish that spot there. All right, I won't care about that. This is going to be yellow. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to take one of these. And I get 1 silver and 7 points. There we go. Back to my opponent. Their final play, red, goes in here. That means they move up on the pyramids, on the monuments. That's what that symbol means. So they match me right here. And then between the black and the green, they are both filled. So they're going to go there, get rid of that one, and replenish it. That's fine. And then there, they're going to get the first grouping, but it's gone. Ha ha! In your face, machine. All right, that's done. Back to me. I'm going to pass. And then back to them. They have to pass, which did not really help me too much, but I got to do some things. And then it's the next round. So during this, we're going to, again, do that reset. I'm going to pull out some new tokens from the bag. Put them over here in this prayer area. Ooh, that's good. That's a +2. Again, if it seems really difficult, I am already playing at 1 click above standard. And it's quite varied. There's a lot of, variability in solitaire mode because the tracks are random, the order, the token that's assigned to them is random. The sides, again, one side is harder, the darker side. So if you want to play a little bit more, a slightly more difficult game, you can shuffle the tiles, flip one. There'll be one of, a random one out of the 5. Shuffle all that, lay them out. Where it ends up is random. So again, it's sort of, those permutations do add up. All right, so I set that up. I'm going to clear all of this. I forgot to do that when I passed, didn't I? I told you guys to remind me, man. Oh, you did. All right, I appreciate it. Vincent's on it. I'm sorry, Vincent. I apologize. I am going to... I'm going to take that one. Yellow, yellow, green. For me. Okay, that's all cleared. That's ready, that's ready. It's all good. We turn this. And then that jar gets in my way. Red. Red. That one. And that's it. It is going to be my opponent's turn at this column, which is the nasty column. They get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will make 2 available, which I will promptly forget about. All right, here we go. I'm first, huh? I definitely think I want to get in there before it fills up. I don't have red, but it doesn't matter because I can go in there with anything. So I will do that. I'm going to go in there with green, and the next step, as listed right here, is green, blue. So green, and I'll pay that for blue, and I move up. There we go. I do want to mention now, I'll go ahead and do that. This tile here goes to whoever is the first one to have at least 2 of these characters, the larger red framed cards. I really should remember what they're called. Nobles. Okay, so it's nobles and artisans. The first player to have 2 nobles will get this, and but the combination of things they need is 2 nobles and at least this step on the monuments track. As soon as someone achieves both of those things, the first person to do so will get this, and they keep it. It's worth 7 victory points at the end of the game. That's why I'm hoping to try to beat my opponent to that. 7 points is not bad. The game tends to be really tight. So, all right, here we go. So I did that. My opponent will go. This jerk will go. They're going to do that. They move up on the red track, which is the lowest. They cannot do so anymore. And then between blue and yellow, I don't like that. And blue is the same, actually. Oof. All right, I'm going to give him this one. And they move up on the lowest and the highest, which is the black, and then the red. They cannot go any further, and this blocks that spot there. Back to me. I am really running out of resources here. I'll hang on to that. I got 2 yellow tokens. I could do that to turn it into anything. So turn a yellow into a silver. That's that power. And then I guess I better get in here and do something. So yellow and something is going to get me either that space, yellow, black, 2 tokens and 2 clicks, or this one, yellow, green, gets me 1 click up on the tracks, and then a jar. I get whatever the jar says. I like that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm moving up on this one, yellow. I'm saying this is green. That gets me 1 click up on either green or yellow. I'll move up on the... That's the only way to move up in green, huh? That's crazy. Or that one. Okay, I'm going to move up on the yellow one. And then a jar. So I just flip over one of these and I get whatever it says. Okay, yellow, green, blue. There we go. I'm starving for resources, so I'll do that. My opponent takes a go. Black is the token they put out. They get the second line. And again, these tokens they're not going to be using, they're just going to be scoring them. So they're going to hang on to that. And then blue and red, which one would I rather give them? Well, red, I guess I'd rather give them, because all it's going to do is remove one of these, the highest, and then remove that. They don't keep them, they just cycle them, so I'm good with that. Comes back to me. And I can do, I could do that. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go here, yellow and green again. I'm gonna move up on that track again. Actually. Oh, no, I will. And then I got a jar. Black, black, green, that's my resources. I'm trying to stay alive. All right, my opponent will go. Red is what they're putting out. They move up on the monuments track. Not great. And then between blue and black, oh boy, which one would I rather give them? Yeah, I'll give him that one. I'll give him the blue one. So he moves up on the lowest matching track and the highest. So the lowest is red, cannot move up anymore. The highest, there's a tie, so it goes to the left, so black, and it'll move to there on the second step, like so. Comes back to me. I'm not doing so great, but I do want to do, I want to do that. So I'm going to pay that one and another one that matches. And I want to take this line of resources and this resource at the bottom. I want those points. There we go. Goes back to them. Red. They're just going to eliminate some things. That's good. They'll eliminate that. And they will eliminate that. And then, between yellow and black, if I give them the yellow, all their red cards will be worth 8 victory points instead of 7. Okay. If I give them the black, actually, hold on. Red and black are both filled over here. Doesn't matter, I need to give them both then. Wait, why am I saying red? It doesn't matter, it's yellow. Yeah, so this is my only choice. I give them yellow over here. Black token has to go over here. They get the lowest small artisan card. The lowest is that one, which is pretty good because it's only worth 2 points. Sucker! Comes back to me. I got a couple of tokens here. I'm not really going to do anything with these. I will pass. And I will take star player token, and I will take one of those jars. This is going to move up there. I do want to jump up on that, so I think I'll do that. I'm going to take black, black, yellow, which is this one. And I'm done. Comes back to my opponent. That's what they're doing. So red. Ah, are you kidding me? Red means they move up to there. And they have 2 of these. And they just made it to the necessary step. So they just wrestled this away from me. They just got that. Jerk! Computer! All right, then blue-green above that. That's not so bad. That's not so good. I will give him this one. No, I'll give him this one. He's going to get that token. And then I'm going to put this out there. Comes back to me. Pass. I take a token. I'm going to take red. Goes back to them. They're out of tiles, so they pass. And this is going to move over to there. This comes down. We start the next round with me cleaning all this up. I hope this is all making sense, folks. Where am I? I'm there. It's, it's a straightforward game, pretty much. And then the solitaire mode might be a little tricky if you don't know how to play the base game with multiplayer, the regular game. But I find it to be very manageable, to be honest. And there's some interesting choices in it. The upkeep and all that doesn't, it might seem like a lot on camera, I'm not sure, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. I mean, I'm yapping a lot, to let you know what's going on, but it's very smooth. All right, that got done. That's all set up. Let's spin this thing. Ooh. And then I will clear this off. And then I will make sure that that jar, the stuff on that jar, begins blocking some spaces. So it's going to be red, green, green. That's blocked, blocked, blocked. All right. Now, I'll make the next 2 available for myself, and then my opponent in this round is only going to get 3 of them right here. So just 3 jars for them, and after those 3, they will pass. And it would work the same way. If they pass before I do, they get the token. If they move up on the passing track, they'll get resources that just sit there. They're just worth a point at the end of the game because they don't use those at all. But it was still me. I'm still the one who passed first, and I think I want... Yeah, I think I want to try to get another one of these nobles. So here's the deal. One final thing that now my mind starts to shift to. Maybe I should have done so earlier, but let me explain it now. These deities, these different gods, okay? The board is randomized with these 5 sections going in a random pattern together. And each one of these is going to score at the end of the game for me and for my opponent as well if they make it up to high enough on a track. But for me, they'll score if I qualify for this on one side of it and for this on the other side of it. So for example, let's take a look at this one. This is worth the combination of these 2. So it's 7 victory points to me. And I'll get that if I've moved up on the monuments track at least 2 steps and I have at least 2 of these pentagonal tiles. If I qualify for both of those things, I'll get the 7 points. That's true for all of these. And they all end up with some combination of 2 things that you need to qualify for in order to make victory points. So now I start thinking about those things. That one over there requires me to get up to the 4th level in the monuments. That's not going to happen, but I've already got that. That's not going anywhere. I've already got that. I've already got that. No, I need to start 3 tracks. I need to start 3 tracks. So I've almost got this. I've got that. No, I need another one of them. And that's probably not going to happen. So I need to get more of those. And I need to start at least 1 more track on here to get, quite a few more points. If I do that, that's another 7 here, another 8 points there. It's something. It's significant. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go, that's not going to work out right there. This one might be the way to go. So let's go with blue. And let's go with red. I want more red, huh? Yeah, let's go with blue-red in here. So blue-red qualifies me for that one. That means I'm going to get yellow and green. There we go. And then 2 ticks up on either one of those tracks. So it's the red or the blue. I want to start a new one, so I will do that one. Why not? 1, 2 ticks up on that track. And suddenly, I have now made not just 3 points for moving up on that slider, but I just got that one. So that's good. My opponent goes, hey, hey, buddy, calm down. Calm down, jar. Green. They are going to earn this. And then between red and yellow, I am going to give them red, I guess. And all the red does is eliminate some things. The highest valued one out here, and the third position here. All right. That's done. Back to me. Oh, I cannot forget about these here. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go in here with black, even though it could be any color for me, because that's my deal. Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll do that, which is anything on that in that area. So it'll be the red that's missing. Okay, and I'm moving up on that. Bam. Done. My opponent. They get yellow right there. Now all of their nobles are worth 8. And then red and blue, I'll give them the red. They get this token. And the blue will go out here to mess with me. Done. Back to me. I think I'm going to do that again, because it works out. So black. And then the next step is black, green, yellow. It happens to be what I have. I'll move up to there. And suddenly, I do qualify for that. I did make it. No, not that one. Oh, no, I had that already. That was 2 steps. No problem. Okay, I'm good with that. Back to them. They do green. They're going to get the third combination of tiles. Fine. And then between blue and yellow, okay, that's not bad. If I give them the blue, they move up on the track in which they are, which is the highest out here. There's a tie between these two, red and green. Red is first, but red for them is maxed, so they get nothing. And then yellow goes there. Back to me. What am I gonna do? I'm probably gonna use this character to turn one of these into a wild color. Like that. But I need one of them to be blue to get in there. So blue, green would do it. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll turn the yellow into a blue. Go in there with a blue, and then blue-green gets me that. I get a couple of resources and then a question mark on a track, which means I can move up on any one of them I want. I will move up on that one, all the way to the top. There we go. Back to my opponent. They are going to pass. And they get the star player token. Comes back to me. I don't really have anything else to do, I think. That won't work. I don't have enough for that. Definitely don't have enough for that. I could do that, though. It's not really great. I have this, which is for them. Not going to work out. All right, I guess I have to pass as well. I go to there. Excuse me, and I'm going to get one of those jars. So this is all going to spin. I'm still wanting to get at least one of those. It's going to be, black is going to be facing them. So I'll take that one with blue, black, yellow. That'll be my combination of resources I get. And my buddy over here comes down. This is going to prep this, so one red will stay, one green will stay, one yellow will stay. Everything else can go. Spin it. That's done. I need to replenish this right here. And this is the final round, everybody. I'm about to light this computer up. It's not a computer, it's more like some sort of Egyptian jackal that's been possessed by strange powers from beyond. I'm probably going to lose. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, my opponent is going to get, in this final round, 3 jars as well. I just ran out, so I'm going to shuffle these up. And then I gotta get it going on here. I gotta see what I do. They're gonna go first, actually. So I definitely need one of those. I think that's gonna give me a nice boost in victory points. That's been done. That's been done. That's good. That's good. And then my unique scoring opportunities here. This one scores 8 victory points plus 2 per wild token. If I can get one of those, that'll be nice. So I'm probably going to try to get that one. I need 3 black. I do have it. If they don't chuck that card, they shouldn't, then I'll be good. Oh, no! All right, that's enough. That's enough. There. All right, my opponent's going to go first. Bam. Yellow. They move up on the monuments to match me. And then between these two, green and blue. So here's the next step for both blue and green is satisfying one of the different gods. For both of them, it's just a different one, but they'll score the victory points for that. And that's how they do it. You just have to get high up enough on a track. So no matter which one I do here, they're going to get it. I think I'll give them... yeah, I think I'll do that. So there we go. They will now count that character. Back to me. I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to spend, that's a black, so another one and another one for that area there. And I'm going to take this one, which gets me 5 victory points and 2 silver tokens, which are wild. That's that. Back to them. They're going to put out a green. Gets them that. And then between yellow and red, yep, I'll give them the yellow because it's a little better. The red step would have been another god they qualify for. Back to me. I can't do that. I could do that. All right, over there. That is pretty good. If I can click another step up here, I'm getting 9 points. 9 points if I move up, but I am paying 3, 4, 5. Which is fine. It's worth it, right? So I'll go in there with that. To go to this step, I paid the yellow already. I'm going to pay the blue and the red. And I do that. Bam. Back to this jerk. Blue. They get another god there. And then red, red. One goes here. One goes here. They've qualified for a ton of these things by now. And then back to me. I think I'm going to pass because jeez. I might as well pass. I get the 3 points for that. These are scoring for this. So yeah, I'm passing. and then they pass, and that's game. Now I just need to score everything. Let me double check that my man over here, when he scores for the different gods, he gets what they say out here. Yeah. All right. I've got a handy dandy score pad. Yellow. Yeah, yellow gave them 9 victory points per card. Take a red card or something. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, it made the red cards more valuable by 1. Yeah, down here they were worth 6, then 7, then 8, then 9 for them. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll start with AI right there, and then myself. So we're going to start with the different... I should have brought my calculator, man. I don't want to be doing no math. All right, there we go. So I'm going to start with theirs. They qualified for that one, which is that one. And they qualified for that one, which is that one. And they qualified for that one, which is that one. So they're going to get 7, 7, 14, and that is 9, so 23. $23 for them. And I got, I think, all of them. I've got that. I've got that. I've got that. Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. So how much is that? That's 14 plus, that's 8 and 7, which is 15, plus this one, which is 9, for 38. In your face! Okay, now the red cards. For them, they're just worth 9 apiece. That's all they do. So that's 27. And then for me, I actually score them. I only have 2 of them, unfortunately. This one's worth a flat 10. This is worth 8 plus 2 per silver. So I'm looking at, how many do I have here? 2. So that's another 4. That's 22. They made slightly more points there than I did. Next up, the blue cards. I am going to get 15 for that. And they get a billion for that. That's 10. That's 9, 19. That's not so bad. 19 for them. So as you can see, it's very competitive. Now the monuments, I'm 1 step ahead. I'm going to get the 33. And they're going to get the 24 there of that step. Not bad. Now these tracks, we score depending on how high up we are. So for the AI, they're at the top here for 7. And then they have that one at the second level for 3. And the bottom doesn't count, so just 10 points for them. For myself, 7, 10, 13. Next up, all the tokens. And then after that, the special tiles here. So they got the big boy here with the 7. And I got the star player token with a 3. And then all of the tiles here, the tokens. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But on top of that, plus 1 for 6, 7, 8, 9. They get quite a few more than I do in this category. So they have, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then we add all this up and we figure out who the winner is. Let me do some maths. Did I do that right? Plus 27, plus 19, 4, plus 10, plus 17, plus 7. All right, so their score is 127. My score 22 plus 15 plus 33 plus 13 plus 9 plus 3. My score is 133. Ho-ho! I just beat it by 6 points. 6 points! And the scores are in the hundreds. Well, not hundreds, but it's above 100. So that's really tight. Very tight scoring. So 133 to 127 for the game. That's how that goes. And like I said, the last time I played, I won. The margin was a little bit bigger. But yeah, that feels very tight. It's very interesting and competitive, even with this mode, you know. And that's me flipping over one of these. You keep getting better at the game, seeing where your opportunities are, what you should do, not do. Flip over a couple of these, then you're going to really start getting into some serious competition. So I'll show you briefly what these might look like, right? So, you know, if we clear this off, then on the back of this one's the one that mostly ties to making the nobles worth more. So on the back of it, this one still happens to be 3 jars, but the scoring for the cards begins a little lower. Like the first step is already the red cards are worth 7, not 6. And things happen a little earlier, so it makes the whole thing a little tougher. And then the jars are not always the same on both sides. So like this one I flipped over, it says 5 jars on this side. That means the opponent takes more turns. On this one, it was only 4. So there you go. That's how that works out. All right, what do we got? Did I do something wrong? What did I do? What did I do wrong? All right, let me see. What's going on here? I calculated the red cards for both gods. What? I calculated the red cards for both gods. These and this? Yeah, it's just a threshold. I think that's what you mean. Unless I'm doing that wrong, this is just a threshold. I need to have at least 2. I need to have at least 2. I think that's what you mean. Let me enjoy my win before I read the comments. Okay. Okay, let me double check on that. I thought you could. I think I won, but now people are saying they think I lost. I don't like it, Roy. I don't like it nearly as much as winning.
You still get this screen? You want to switch back?
I think I'm done looking at that screen. Yeah, we can switch back up here. All right, let me see. Oh, okay, you're right. You're right. It was right here. Important. To fulfill the conditions of the 2 gods surrounding a same area. It's a little iffy, the English there. The player cannot count the same element twice. So if I'm going to satisfy these 2 characters here, I would need to have 4 steps, right? Be present on 2 is worth I think. Yeah, it's iffy, but yeah, okay, I think you're right. So that technically means I lost then, because I would have had 1 fewer. Well, no, actually, I lose 2 of them, right? I have to give up 1 of these 2, and I have to give up 1 of these 2. I got whooped. I ain't never playing with the internet again, man. They catch my mistakes. How am I supposed to feel good about myself if y'all come up in here talking about, oh, you got to follow the rules. Oh, you got to do things the way they're meant to be done. I do what I want. Why else would you play solitaire games? Explain this to me so I can win. What y'all doing? All right, everybody. Well, you know what? I learned something. In any case, I really like this solitaire mode. Like I said, if you haven't seen my review for this, definitely check that out. It should be out. So you can see what the multiplayer game looks like, my final thoughts on everything in the game. But that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to get out of here. What time is it? Yeah, it's about an hour. Hope you had fun checking it out. I hope you like the way this looks. Might be one that you can, add to your solitaire play repertoire. Bring you some fun. All right, everybody. I am Z Garcia. I'm going to get out of here. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.